Great. So, welcome everyone to another one of our heart-powered, inspiring interviews. And as you know, every week we introduce you to an amazing entrepreneur, change maker. And today we have a fabulous lady who actually this interview is also a result, Denise, because you have been on our visibility booster workshop and you were one of our most engaged, supportive, and everything else, participants there. And that's why we said we need to present you to the world on our side too. So today we introduce you. Yay! I love the energy already. Today, let me introduce you let me introduce our guest to all of you today. Her name is Deniz Senelt Kalelioglu. I hope I said it okay. Kalelioglu. Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
What a beautiful name. Okay, so who is Denise? She's an executive coach, an international master trainer, an inspirational speaker, and she's a learning and development consultant. And she's also the founder of Pro Akademi Consulting. She holds she holds a cognitive psychology MA degree and is a PhD candidate. And she delivered trainings in more than 30 countries, reaching 100 nationalities and coaching managers for the last 15 years. So she's really amazing in what she's doing. Tons of experience, and she was internationally awarded as most outstanding trainer by JCI. She's also a distinguished Toastmaster and received a presidential citation from Toastmasters. Amazing, Denise. And she's also a returning speaker at ATD international conferences and a co-author of Destination Facilitation. Well, I think we can actually rave about you for a lot longer, but Denise, it's amazing to have you with us today.
Thank you very much, Monique. Nice to be here.
Yes, great. So we always start with the questions in the current turbulent times. What are you doing right now, Denise, to stay vibrant and joyful, and as we call it, in the vortex, in a high vibration energy space?
Very good question, especially in the days of pandemic where we are nearly locked in. What I try to do is go out and have walks in the nature with my little daughter, who just started to walk actually. So I'm holding her by the hand, and we are walking on the seaside with the beautiful weather, and where we can see the sea and also the trees. I think she's keeping me up and energized during the day, and going out for walks is the amazing way to recharge and forget about all the viruses and the problems and the politics problems of the world. And in the evenings, after she sleeps, what I do is I'm working towards my PhD, and I'm working on leadership psychology and coaching as industrial and organizational psychology PhD. So that's also energizing me very much because I'm so excited to learn all about those things.
That sounds amazing. So, I mean, I'm impressed. Okay, being a young mommy like this and being so busy throughout the day, and enjoying life and seeing your girl grow up, it's amazing in itself. And then in the evenings, PhD, right? I mean, what else would you do, right? Amazing. So, and I know that also. I know, of course, as a young mommy, your business was going a little bit into the background of things,
Mm.
but now not really anymore, right? You're really stepping out in big ways again, besides your PhD. So what do you do right now to really bring your business and your life again to a next level?
First of all, I'm really keeping an eye on great examples, role models, following up their webinars, their videos, like the your visibility workshop, which really helped me a lot. Um, and I'm also trying to follow up other big names like Jack Canfield or Peter Sage. I'm enrolling into their programs as well and trying to um, fill myself up. In the meantime, besides my own clients, the other any moments that I can have, I'm building up new programs, writing different trainings and trying to adapt my previous face-to-face trainings into webinars. I also recently got a digital facilitation course so that I can really transfer it, because I really was liking to do all these trainings face to face, but this pandemic even changed everything more and more online. So I needed to get hold of it better. I need to change all my expertise into more possible to transfer over the screen,
Yeah.
right now, like what we do right now.
Yes. Great, that sounds amazing. So a lot of people are actually going through that transition, even still now, right? What was your experience around that? How did your clients accept that transition? What helped you to make that transition easier and in the end, actually even possible?
Actually, if I would decide about that by myself, and if I would propose my clients, let's do it online, instead of face to face, I think they would have a different reaction. But as now we are all kind of locked in due to the pandemic, the clients didn't have any other choice as well. So I think in real life or before, if I would try this, that would be different. That would be a different story. But now that's what we all have to face. So they are more than happy that they can still get what I can give them as a support through a screen.
Right. In what way have you adapted your approach? I know that you are a really, accomplished trainer and coach, and now you're doing it online. What are the greatest differences on how you deliver things differently these days?
First of all, I really needed to learn some apps and some systems. Like we are on Zoom, or besides that, I needed to learn the details of Windows Teams, because big companies like my big clients prefer Windows Teams over Zoom. And I needed to learn the details, like even the breakout rooms or the folders in that Microsoft Teams program. And besides that, I always made my trainings very interactive. I really believe interaction in learning. So I needed to learn different interaction programs, interaction apps like Mentimeter or Kahoot. So it's a lot of work to find out which apps works better and what you can do with them, like word clouds or asking people to submit their opinions in different apps, how you will add it in your slides. Like, do you put a QR code so that people can put their phone on and go there, or do you put a link in the chat, or do you just give the number on the slide? Every little detail makes a big difference, because you have short time and short attention span from the people who have a lot of distractions in their locations. Cats are passing or kids are running around. So you need to keep people engaged, and also you need to do it easy for them so that they follow you.
Yeah. And again, a lot of moms now might wonder, oh my God, Denise is doing all that. Why? She's also a mom of how old is she now? 6 months or something?
15 months.
Oh, 15
She
months
just
already. Okay, that
started
makes it a bit.
walking.
Okay, great. So she starts to be a troublemaker at home. Well, what do you
Yes.
do to actually balance both? Still having sessions with your clients and having your amazing girl with you. How do you do that?
What is interesting, that in my research I find out, I'm always finding out different research and different good theories. The recent one that amazed me is the work-life interaction, not work-life balance, but work-life interaction. So everybody is trying to have a balance between work and life, but the reality is we need to make them interact. We need to make them help each other and support each other and fill the gaps in between of each other. So what I'm trying to do is use my experiences with my baby as examples in my trainings, and also while thinking, what does people need. So for example, what is the project that I'm working on right now is finding out new mothers who went back to work after giving birth and raising their kids for a couple of months, and then they had to go back to work. Like, what those people face, and how can I support them with my coaching? I'm investigating that, and I'm taking it as a project, and I'm thinking to do my PhD thesis about this. So in the end, if I can use my experiences and bring out something to support other mothers for their businesses, that would be great.
Absolutely, I love it. And it's pretty much what you're saying. And you know what? That's not, and for all of you, that's not only relevant when you have a child, although in this case, especially for women, it's a entirely different situation, right? But it's actually true in every kind of life situation, right? Where we need to adapt to who we become, how our
Mhm.
life change, how our circumstances change. And I love how you speak, Denise, about how you turn these sometimes a little bit challenging situations into opportunities, right? Because again, you
Exactly.
say, hey, now I understand these young moms better, that are corporate leaders, and I can help them in a greater way because I am standing in their feet, right? In their shoes. So I love that. And also, you said up front, what's really important to you is, you said like energy is very important to you and paying attention to your own needs and, your emotional and your organizational energy. Do you want to say something about that?
Yes, we also tend to manage our time. Like time management is a big issue. But actually, the more important thing is energy management. Like if you have the energy, you will find the time.
Yeah.
Think of the times that you are so tired, came back from work, you even don't have the time to cook the food. Now it's you need to do something and eat fast because time is getting late. And then somebody calls, a good friend, and then they say, hey, we're in the corner, just going to that bar on the corner, just hop over and come. You would find the energy and dress up, even put some makeup and be there with them. you know you didn't have the time, you were so tired. What happens? If you can create the energy, you can do anything. So I think energy management is very, very, very important during these days. It becomes even more important because a lot of things are happening. So you need to find out who you really are, what are your values, what do you give importance, and how can you make your life more meaningful to yourself so that you can get energized from that meaning,
Yeah.
and that will help you do anything you want afterwards.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful and powerful. And, obviously you make happen so many things in parallel, right? I mean, raising a kid, it's still quite needing quite some attention from mommy and writing your PhD and even growing your business in the meantime. That's really amazing. So, Denise, you and I are action takers, right? So we always like to learn and grow and evolve, right? What is one thing that you would recommend people to actually do based on our conversation today? What could they do, to bring their own business to a different level based on what works because you've tried it yourself?
Very good question. Especially recently, people are becoming more and more lonely, and this pandemic even locked people in, and it became us more by ourselves, unfortunately. What I did in this time is I tried to grow my network, which I used to do with going to conferences, going to meetings, but now we cannot. So I really started to follow up some networks, groups, and communities, and try to be part of them. Like the HeartPowered Global Nation that I'm a part of. So, what I recommend people to look for relevant networks or communities for themselves and join them. Like if they didn't join yet, they should join our network, of course,
Of course.
also. And that's the biggest recommendation for these days. So because the friends that you make in that communities also support you on your goals, like they help you to reach your goals, supporting you, even asking you how is it going. In the end, that support is very, very valuable, especially in these days.
Right, exactly. I love it. And, I guess you're already part of our Heart Power Global Nation. If not, join us there. Definitely, it's a community of entrepreneurs, change makers, speakers that really want to make a bigger difference in the world, like Denise and I do, and many others. So, and again, one recommendation today is think about who are the people you want to spend more time with and which communities are they a part of. So our challenge, Denise, for everyone that's on with us today, right? Why don't you look into what other community could you become a member of? Okay, but don't just join communities, only join them if you really want to be actively involved and engaged, right? And again, as you said, if you're
Exactly.
not part of HeartPowered Global Nation, join us, okay? And if you are already, why don't you reach out to one person there and again, open your doors and, and strengthen some connections, right?
Yes,
Great,
be
thank you.
active and use your network so that we can recognize you as well.
Exactly. So Denise, I'm sure some people would like to connect with you, know more about your PhD and amazing work you do, and maybe just connect with you, knowing more about how do you grow your business, being a mom and doing a PhD in parallel. Where can they find you? How can they connect with you?
I use LinkedIn very actively, so they can find me easily in LinkedIn. And besides that, they can just email me from my deniz@proacademy.com.tr email address.
Perfect. Good. So everyone, highly recommend. Okay, get connected with Denise. She's an amazing powerhouse lady and a very experienced trainer and speaker and coach. So if you want to exchange experiences with her, please connect with her, and she can tell you more about her PhD, and maybe you can support each other in that way too. Okay. Thank you, Denise. It's been amazing to have you with us today. Thank you for bringing your amazing energy, your sunshine smile and mood with us. And I know you're doing amazing work, and especially in the current times, it's so needed. And all of you that are with us on our HeartPowered Inspiring interviews all the time, it's great to have you. So again,
Thank you, Monique.
yeah, be with us. We'll come back next week. We have another guest, but again, for now, just thank you, Denise, for being on with us.
Thank you, Monique.
Great. All the best. Until soon.
All the best, everyone.